What's cracking, you guys? Welcome on back to another video. Today we're going over my outdoor loadout for 2021. Some quick announcements to get out of the way before we hop into today's video. Real quick, I just want to thank you guys for the amazing support on the patches. These things sold out in under 24 hours, which I was not expecting at all. There was only 50 of them made, so congratulations to everyone who got one. Also, real quick, Bill's C21 update. Things seem to be going quite well. Literally all the parties pretty well are against at least Airsoft being in this bill, so things are really looking up for Airsoft at least, but I am still pretty upset of just about how firearms are being treated. I feel like a lot of people are assuming that Airsofters are okay with the rest of the guns being banned as long as you guys don't touch our real guns. And I think that is a huge misfortunate step. We need to be advocating for real guns too, because if real guns start getting taken away, banned more and more, it's only a matter of time before Airsoft guns get banned. And honestly, I think everyone should have the right to a real firearm as well. But that's just my opinion. With that being said, let's get into today's video. So a little while back, I did my indoor loadout / SpeedQB loadout for 2021. A lot of you guys really liked that video. That was more of a high speed focus, and this is just more of an outdoor loadout, one that I can run at more skirmishes and things. I could still run this loadout indoors. It is very nice, so I might be doing that at some point, but kind of the whole focus of this loadout is meant to be a more sustainable loadout for longer operations and just have more kit on myself. Yeah, so let's talk about that. And of course, some of this stuff will be recaps from the last video, but that's okay. So real quick, to start things off, we have my helmet. So I got roasted for this one on the last video, but this is the FMA F1 helmet, very similar to a Di-4. It literally is basically a Di-4. It's not quite as good, obviously, it's quite a bit cheaper. The reason I went with it was because I was balling on a budget when I got it. I am probably gonna get a real dye mask at some point, but I honestly just haven't had a reason to upgrade. A lot of the people that complained about it said that the mask wasn't durable. And guys, I have full autoed this thing and it is totally durable. I've been shot in the head and the face multiple times and this thing is not gonna break. Trust me, okay? I've done the testing. If you still hate me for using this mask, I'm sorry, all right? I've tried. Also, I have a GoPro mount on the top here, and then I usually use my GoPro Max for my camera to record gameplays. I find it gives me a really unique perspective that not many people have ever seen before. So that's why I like that camera, works really great. As for the rest of my head, just got a beanie toque and a black buff. Moving down, let's talk chest rig. So this is gonna be the main difference. In the last video, I never really ran anything on my chest. Again, we're talking about SpeedQB products. This is the SpeedQB Nucleus chest rig. And then on top of that, I have their brand new extendo pouch in smoke gray. And then I've got their dangler or hybrid pouch, I believe is what they call it, in the smoke gray as well. You can actually flip this orientation, but this is just what I like the best. I love having this as just a little utility pouch. Down here, I can put my radio or anything like that. I do sometimes run comms, so that is extremely nice to have down there, and just any other gear that I need throughout the day. Inside, I've got a quad pistol mag pouch in the orange color that you can kind of see there. This is just in case I ever want to run pistol mags or I run it as a secondary. I usually don't run a secondary, but in case I want to, that's there, or if I just want to switch it up and run a full pistol setup. And I really like that you can have two different mag systems going on here. So I've got, of course, the pistol mag up front, and then I have my triple M4 mag pouch back here, also in the orange color, and this is just holding my 3 mags. Super snug fit, they aren't going anywhere. And the whole system is just really rigid and really, really snug. One thing I will say, if you are gonna pick up this setup, I was really confused at first. I felt like this top part was really wiggly for the first little bit. But there's these back clips here and you just have to clip them into the shoulder straps of the chest rig. or the backpack or whatever you're using. So that solved that problem for me. Just a quick little tip. For mags, I'm running the DieTac Hex mags. I really like these mags. I've been using them for a long time and they work really well, for me at least. They are on the cheaper side, so if you break one or something like that, it's not the end of the world to go buy one. The reason I have one gray one in the middle is because this one was like dirt cheap. It was on clearance or something like that, and I thought it kind of looked cool to switch it up. Kind of matches the gray setup that we're going for here. So we got 2 black, 1 gray, and this is just a really great platform for building off of. We've seen many chest rigs like this. There's very similar ones, but yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. Love the look, and works really well for me. It's got lots of zipper storage here as well, and yeah, just really nice. And then I've got tons of patch real estate as well. I've got my Canada flag patch, and of course, the Kraken one. Had to keep one of those for myself. Moving on to the sides here, I actually have the SpeedQB Cummerbund as well. This is a new product that I have. I'm currently not running any mags in it right now, but I think I probably will at some point. It's just a really great option to not bulk out your chest more. Instead, just run them along the sides here. I have a few extra mags that I will probably be throwing in here. This can hold 4 mags, and I've got it in the upside down orientation. Let me just show you guys. So you can just slip your mag in just like that, and it's actually incredibly comfortable. I thought it would be terribly uncomfortable, but it's actually quite nice having mags down there. So I'll probably run one on either side at some point, or for any longer games, or if I do a milsim or something like that. And then on my back here, sorry, my cat's sitting on my feet, so I can't really move. I've got the SpeedQB Atom Pack. Again, love the Atom Pack. I've talked about it before, and it is just fantastic. Of course, it's in the new gray color as well to kind of match the rest of the setup here, but big fan of that. Couldn't recommend it enough. It is built for an HPA tank. That's what it's meant to do, and it does it so well. I can't tell you how nice it is to go from using a system that's not meant for an HPA tank to go to a system that is. And of course, I've got some patches on there as well. And of course, inside my Atom Pack, like we talked about previously, I am running an HPA tank, and it is the Amped Airsoft 48 by 3000 PSI tank. It is a great tank. I've been using it for a little while now. Amped was super generous in setting that out to me. Did a video on that previously as well. It's an SLP tank. I have the SLP regulator. And then exiting the backpack, I have my Kraken pink hose. It's actually the neon pink colorway. You get it customized to say whatever you want. So of course I had to do Kraken, and that will run my HPA setup. Let's talk about that. Here is the meat and potatoes of this setup. It was originally a G&P Magpul MOE-M4, and I loved this gun. It was amazing. But over the years, it ended up just dying. I had no clue what I was doing with teching and didn't know how to fix it. Fast forward a couple of years, got a few other guns, that sort of thing, and then now I have brought this gun back to life. So first off, elephant in the room, it is Cerakoted. It was Cerakoted by Red Tower Armory. Definitely go check them out if you're interested in getting a Cerakote job done. They did a fantastic job. I kind of got this to match my SpeedQB purple setup camo thing. And yeah, it looks really great. Of course, the theme here on the channel is kind of the purpley pinks. So yeah, they killed that. But yeah, let's talk about this gun for a real quick minute. So this gun's got a lot of original Magpul furniture. It's of course got the Magpul receiver, which is super classic. Up front here, we've actually got a tracer unit. I'm running that right now. I just think it looks really nice. I don't have to run the tracer unit on, but it just looks really cool. I've got my tracer unit carbon fiber wrapped as well, just to give it a unique look. This is the X-Cortec XT301. Above that, we've got an Olight Odin Mini. This is my favorite Olight in my opinion. It's just the perfect light. It comes with the 45-degree mount to mount into M-LOK, and it is just a beautiful light. I've got the pressure switch on it as well. Some people might be asking, why on earth would you run a white light outside? And honestly, it looks cool, one, but the more important part is it actually is effective sometimes, depending on the field that you're playing in. If you get a powerful enough flashlight, they are super effective outside still. and this is definitely no joke. If you're approaching a building or something like that, sometimes it is nice to cast a little white light in there because the shadows are just hitting that building so severely that you can't see in at all. So this just gives you that little bit of edge so you can see your targets while you're approaching a building or something like that. And yeah, that's basically why I'm running that, but I probably won't run it all the time. It'll just be a kind of exception thing. Behind that, this is just a nice Amazon red dot sight. Got it super cheap. I think it was around $50. Came with the riser as well. Love the riser. We're seeing a lot of people grab risers like this just because it's just nice not having to get under your gun so much, especially with my mask. I can see this thing no problem. Really big fan of this red dot. For mag, this is the OG P-Mag. It actually came with this gun. Super awesome to be able to flex that. Still works really well. It does jam the occasional time just because it's so old. Moving back, we have the PTS CTR stock, I believe it's called. This is my favorite stock, favorite buffer tube style stock at least. Love it, it's so good. My only complaint with running it for airsoft is if you have a battery in the buffer tube, it's just never a good scenario at all. But it also made it terrible because it was rear wired. So to get this buffer tube off was a total pain, but to get it back on was even more of a pain. To feed it around the wires through this buffer tube, oh, it was just a pain. It never worked well. There's a lot of good systems out there now, but when I got this gun, it was terrible. I hated teching on it. But now it is HPA'd, so that I don't have an issue with that. I can whip the stock off in seconds. This is the PTS ERG grip, I think it's called. This is my favorite grip as well. I prefer the old one, but this one is pretty great too. Yeah, fits my hand very comfortably. I find the PTS Pro grip, the newer one, it just bugs my wrist for some reason. So I really like the angle that this one sits on, and just works really, really well for me. And then inside this gun, the heart of it is the Polar Star Kythera. And of course, this is meant to be an outdoor gun. I'm not planning on running any SpeedQB matches with this thing, although you probably could, it just wouldn't be ideal. But for outdoors, the Kythera is an incredible system and gives a really nice, realistic trigger feel. Speaking of trigger, I'm running a speed trigger that has also been Cerakoted, so really happy with that. But yeah, again, Kythera, super fun, gives it a really nice, realistic feel, and it's a very air-efficient HPA engine. Also a very satisfying one. The trigger feels just incredible. You can tune the weight of the trigger, that sort of thing. And also, I will occasionally run like a suppressor on here, a foam-filled suppressor, so it does quiet it down a little bit. And let me tell you, this thing is quiet. Like, it almost sounds like it's not even shooting. That's how quiet it is. It sounds like it's just dry firing or something weird. But it is, it's so good, guys. It's so good. So I definitely recommend the Kythera if you're looking for a nice outdoor build. And you don't really need full auto or anything like that, because of course it can't do that. It's fully mechanical. There's no FCU. You're kind of stuck with what you get, but you can tune it quite a bit still. Below that, I've got the new SpeedQB Electron pants. These are the same pants that I run for my indoor setup or SpeedQB. Really, really like these pants. Built really well. Love the built-in knee pads, the customization of the whole system. Really, really great. Super breathable. Love these pants. If you want, go check my full video out on them. And that's pretty much it. For footwear, I wear a variety of different things, from running shoes to actual like boots, hiking boots. But you know, it always changes, so we won't talk about that. Also, one thing I forgot to mention in this video and my other video is the mechanics gloves that I run. I've cut the fingers off the thumb and my index finger. I just find it really nice for if you want to go on your phone or whatever throughout the day, load BBs or all sorts of stuff. It really helps a ton to have these fingers cut off. And these are in the M81 woodland camo sort of deal. So it's not a very complex loadout. I don't think it needs to be. But yeah, it's a really fun setup. I love the comfort of it all. Even having a heavier tank in the backpack feels really, really great. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys are always curious what I'm running for my loadouts, my setups. So this is just a little peek into what I'm wearing currently. Really looking forward to this year, this season, and we'll see what's in store. But until then, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.